The air crackled with tension. The scent of nervous sweat mingled with the smell of stale beer and expensive cologne. At the final table of the World Series of Poker main event, millions of dollars hung in the balance. One man, Jonathan Tamayo, was on the verge of achieving his lifelong dream. But a shadow of suspicion loomed over his incredible run, a scandal waiting to explode. The Horseshoe Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas throbbed with energy. It was the heart of the poker world, hosting the most prestigious tournament on the planet. The World Series of Poker was a grueling test of skill, strategy, and endurance. Thousands of players, from seasoned pros to wide-eyed amateurs, flocked to Sin City each year, all chasing the coveted gold bracelet and life-changing riches. Jonathan Tamayo, a 28-year-old online poker grinder from New Jersey, was no stranger to the virtual felt. He had spent countless hours honing his skills in online cash games and tournaments, but this was different. This was the big leagues. Jonathan yearned for the recognition, the validation of his poker prowess. He craved the sweet taste of victory on the world's biggest stage. As Jonathan delved deeper into the tournament, a controversial discovery sent ripples through the poker community. A loophole in the WSOP rulebook concerning the use of real-time assistance software known as poker solvers sparked heated debates. These sophisticated programs could analyze game situations with lightning speed and pinpoint optimal strategies. While solvers were banned during play, the vague wording of the rule left a gray area open to interpretation. A calculated risk, the plan unfolds. Jonathan and his group of friends, all skilled poker players themselves, saw an opportunity. They'd been playing together for years, honing their skills and understanding the intricacies of the game. Each member brought a unique strength to the table, making them a formidable team. They knew that in the world of poker, knowledge was power, and they were about to leverage that to their advantage. They understood the power of these solvers. These advanced programs could analyze countless scenarios and suggest the best possible moves. Jonathan and his friends spent countless hours studying these solvers, learning how to interpret the data and apply it in real-time games. They knew that mastering this technology could give them an edge that few others had. What if they could exploit the loophole, gaining an almost unfair advantage over their opponents? The idea was both thrilling and dangerous. They whispered their plans in hushed tones, aware that even the walls could have ears. The stakes were high and the margin for error was slim, but the potential rewards were too great to ignore. It was a risky proposition, potentially tarnishing their reputations and jeopardizing their poker careers. They debated the ethical implications, knowing that one wrong move could lead to scandal and disgrace. Yet, the allure of the plan was undeniable. They weighed the risks carefully, each member contributing their thoughts and concerns. The tension was palpable, but so was the excitement. But the allure of unimaginable wealth and the prestige of a WSOP title proved too tempting to resist. The World Series of Poker was the pinnacle of their dreams, a stage where legends were made. The thought of standing victorious with the world watching was a powerful motivator. They envisioned the piles of chips, the cheers of the crowd, and the life-changing prize money. It was a gamble, but one they were willing to take. With a final nod of agreement, the plan was set in motion. The game was on, and they were ready to play. An unstoppable force, Tamayo's meteoric rise. As the tournament progressed, Jonathan's performance became electrifying. He navigated the treacherous waters of the main event with an almost preternatural ability. His reads were sharp, his bets calculated, and his bluffs were things of beauty. The poker world took notice. He was on a tear, amassing a mountain of chips and leaving a trail of heartbroken opponents in his wake. However, with each victory, the whispers grew louder. Jonathan's flawless play, his uncanny ability to make the correct decision time and time again, raised eyebrows. Rumors began to circulate, accusing him of using illicit assistance. Suspicion clouded the air, casting a long shadow over his accomplishments. The poker community, both online and in person, buzzed with speculation and accusations. The pressure mounted as Jonathan reached the final table. All eyes were on him, scrutinizing his every move. The atmosphere was electric, the tension palpable. The stakes were higher than ever, and every decision, every gesture was under the microscope. The crowd held its breath, waiting to see if Jonathan would rise to the occasion or crumble under the weight of expectation. Then, in a pivotal moment, a subtle but unmistakable change in his demeanor betrayed him. His confident facade cracked, revealing a glimpse of uncertainty. It was a fleeting moment, but in the high-stakes world of poker, even the smallest slip could be disastrous. The seasoned players at the table noticed, their eyes narrowing as they sensed an opportunity. As he stared at his hole cards, a flicker of recognition, a brief moment of hesitation gave him away. His fingers twitched, his eyes darted ever so slightly. It was enough to signal to the observant that something was amiss. The cards he held were not just pieces of paper, they were a window into his soul, revealing his inner turmoil. It was the telltale sign of a player receiving external information, confirming the suspicions of many. Whispers spread through the crowd like wildfire. Was Jonathan cheating? The integrity of the game was at stake. The tournament officials exchanged glances, their faces grim. They had seen this before, and they knew what it meant. The game was no longer just about skill and luck. It was about trust and deception. Jonathan's reputation hung in the balance, and the next few moments would determine his fate. The stage was set for a dramatic final heads-up battle. Jonathan faced Jordan Griff, a seasoned professional known for his composure and analytical approach. The tension in the room was palpable as the two players engaged in a high-stakes game of cat and mouse. Every bet, every raise was a calculated risk, a battle for mental supremacy. In a heart-stopping finale, Jonathan emerged victorious, claiming the coveted WSOP bracelet. It was a moment that every poker player dreams of, a pinnacle of success that signifies mastery over the game. The bracelet, a symbol of excellence, and the $10 million prize were now his. The crowd erupted, but the cheers were laced with a mixture of awe and skepticism. The atmosphere was electric, yet tinged with an undercurrent of doubt. Spectators couldn't help but wonder if everything was as it seemed. Jonathan had achieved his dream, but at what cost? The whispers of controversy began to circulate almost immediately. Jonathan stood there, trophy in hand, his face a canvas of conflicting emotions. Triumph was evident, but so was uncertainty. The road to this victory had been long and arduous, filled with countless hours of practice, strategy, and mental fortitude. Yet the shadow of doubt loomed large, casting a pall over his moment of glory. The controversy surrounding his win refused to die down. The poker world remained divided, forever questioning the legitimacy of his victory. Some claimed that Jonathan had used unfair tactics, while others staunchly defended his skills and integrity. The debate raged on, with no clear resolution in sight. Poker analysts and commentators took to various platforms, dissecting every move Jonathan had made during the tournament. The discussions were intense, with experts weighing in on both sides of the argument. Was it sheer skill that had led him to victory, or was there something more sinister at play? The questions persisted, fueling endless debates. Jonathan Tamayo's name would forever be etched in poker history, but it was a legacy forever intertwined with accusations and doubt. As he looked at his trophies, he couldn't help but reflect on the journey that had brought him here. The accolades were many, but so were the questions. In the end, Jonathan's triumph was tainted, a bittersweet victory that left the poker world pondering the true cost of success.